Hello and welcome to the Rambling Peach. Please like and hit that subscribe button so you'll get more videos from here in Georgia. You know, for years, I absolutely hated these trees and I wanted every one that I came across cut down, got rid of, because they were such a pain. So you guys stick with me. I'm going to tell you some great ideas and some healing benefits of this doggone tree. You know, they've been called a million things. Some of the things that I have heard them called are candy cane balls, porcupine eggs, lawnmower grenades, and worthless. Now, here in Georgia where I live, I knew that these balls could be put in potted plants to keep your cats out of them. Also, I knew that the wood would hollow, it dies from the inside out, and that the wood could be used back in the day. They would make barrels out of them. There are a lot of them found in museums today. I also know that sweet gum doesn't split easily and crack when it's under heat, and a lot of people use them for mantles. Old timers would also put the leaves, the small limbs, and the balls in their barns and even in their homes to keep out fleas. So, you know, there's so many things that can be done. They also made railroad ties out of them. Now, as a kid, we used to would climb them and collect the balls and throw them at each other because we were just country hicks. Didn't know any better, or never were told not to anyway. So we would take the little limbs, and my mom would say you can use them to brush your teeth. Found out later that people really used them to brush their teeth over and over again, that was a source of toothbrushing in the early days. To make these barrels, they would cut them a chunk of large sweet gum trunk of the tree, approximately 3 or 4 foot tall, and where it had rotted from the inside, they would level it on out in there, chip it down to where they had maybe 1.5 inch section of bark left, or rim of the tree, and the rest of it would be hollow. And then they would put a bottom on it and make a lid for it. And like I say, many of these are still seen in museums today. But today, guys, I'm going to give you a little overview of the medicinal purposes of having sweet gums around your farm. They were used as incense. The bark, the leaves, the resin, and the sweet gum balls were all used for different things. It's amazing at the plants out there in life that God gave us to heal ourselves with that we just don't know about. The resin was used to ease coughs, bronchitis, and sore throats. You would inhale the resin by putting it in water and covering your head with a towel or dishcloth and putting it over the skillet or boiler and inhaling the steam coming off of it. It would clear congestion, it would soothe your airways, and it's an antimicrobial. So it's an amazing plant, guys. It helps wounds, it heals cuts and scrapes. Bark concoctions are used to ease diarrhea and gastrial issues of the stomach, such as bloating and that kind of thing. Resin poultices were used for deep discomfort in the chest. It also could be used for sore muscles. It's also used to freshen your breath and to relieve toothache pain. It also strengthens your gums and wards off mosquitoes. I know that's hard to believe. We need to use a lot of it here in Georgia, guys. It was used as a gum. People would take grapes or strawberries or whatever and mix them in with that resin, and they would chew it. And that was where the first chewing gum came from, here around these parts. If you take the balls out while they're green and collect them and crush them up or cut them up in small pieces and soak them in alcohol, it's an amazing product to use. You can make a tincture to ward off coughs and colds. You can also use the bark, the inner part of the bark, to make a formula up with water to drink to ward off poison ivy. You can also put it on the poison ivy if you have poison ivy, and it will dry it up like in less than half the time. You can also use it to keep from getting poison ivy in the first place. Back in the day, it was used to counter anthrax, of all things. Maybe our government needs to check into that, guys. We need to know that in case, the crap hits the fan. Now, almost everyone in North America has visited or seen a sweet gum tree. They're very common in yards, in fields, and in wooded areas. So just look around, guys, and see if you see one. We have them all over our country. They're very prolific in Mexico and other tropical areas also. Now, sweet gum balls were used for decorations, believe it or not. Ladies would take the balls that have dried up and they would spray paint them green or whatever and make Christmas wreaths out of them. They also made chains out of them and spray painted them different colors, and would put the chains around their Christmas trees. So it's just amazing all the things that could be done with sweet gum balls, people. It's something that I never appreciated before in my lifetime. But I guess now I'm going to have to start trying it out. Also, I am told that you can just pick the leaves right off of the tree. Now, not damaged leaves like I am showing here, but fresh green leaves. Crunch them up in your hand and put them on the wound like scratches or whatever, and that it will heal in at least twice the time, double the time that it would if you were in if you left that wound alone and just washed it out. It's amazing to know that the micro flora there inside these trees can heal a person so quickly. Guys, I hope that you have appreciated the video that I'm putting out today, and that you will like it, try it, and also remember to hit that like button, give me a comment, let me know where you're hearing this from, if you've ever used it in any municipal areas, and also if you've ever thrown them at each other, if you've ever had one slung out from under your lawnmower. But anyway, a text and let me know.